quick way to think differently, okay? So, I have to, if you're the creator, right, and you wanted people to come home, you wanted to come home, yeah? You'd have to create a system. You have to, you know, a system of law, you have to, and a system of like virtues, and a system of comfort. And say the comfort thing. Let's dive into the comfort thing. Perhaps like the comfort thing is about food. So then, to bring people back home, you have to create some sort of awareness. But the awareness has to happen over time. You know, like remember, this is eternal. You know, we're here forever. You know, and as you watch people in your life die, and you watch people become alive, and then you become the one who's alive, and then you become the one who's dying, you will then, you know, something will trigger inside of you, which is in your blood, of course, of when you did die before, because you will recognize it, and you will recognize being born again. You will recognize it. Whether you can say it, I mean, it's like if you drive down the road and you see so many things in your eyes, but consciously you're not very aware of it. But yet, if I sat you down and made you think about it or got into your subconscious, you would be able to tell me what number plate you saw, because you still saw it. What they call it, subliminal messages, something like that. They do it in films. Anyway, I ain't interested in even entertaining any of that stuff they teach. So, what I would do is the awareness that I would create would be oneself of you to be feeling what you feel like. So your awareness will go through different stages of levels, and then as you raise your consciousness, your food starts to change. But remember, anything created here has to exist. So bad food has to exist, good food has to exist. But it's an expression of energy. So like if someone puts some sugar in, you know, they create sugar and then they put it into flour and then they start making cakes, that's a human experience. Humans are changing it. Humans are changing it. Humans are playing with it because the consciousness needs to go with it. You need to be lost before you're found, but it's you who finds yourself. So say that you start doing that. Right? And then you start to get overweight and you want to go on a diet, or your parent is like that and is overweight and keeps on eating, and then you watch the life that your parents having, and you chose not to be like that. You know, like, so your consciousness, even though it's the same bloodline, your consciousness is slightly changing. So then you teach your children not to go the same way. You can walk on the water, yeah, have that cake, but it's not lunch, dinner and breakfast. It's not. You know, you're going to create this awareness of not doing that or having less of it. And then sometimes some generations, so like if you have a kid and you try to push them off that, they go back straight into that because they're not following their virtues. Now this is emotional, okay? So they're eating emotionally. There was something else which was lacked. So then that child might turn to food. Same bloodline, it might still be you coming back. So the grandchild of yourself, you might be the one coming back. Now suddenly, you know, there was something missing. Maybe the parent wasn't great. It taught how to have good food, but it was too strict. And you come back and you end up being a child, and you lose that love. Okay, so then you turn to food. It's endless cycles. It's endless cycles. But every ingredient's here. It's like all the cells in the body. You have every single ingredient inside of you to find home. Every single bit of you, yeah? And you've got this Christ-like consciousness inside. Now, this is fulfillment. This is enlightenment. Understanding that people that you see him as work the same as yourselves at a certain level. Every single person you see, right, has got its own little job to do. And lots of them follow other people. And if you want people to have common interests, they're common cells. Yeah, so if you're hanging around the same sort of people, you're the same sort of cell. You're vibrating at the same level. That doesn't mean you haven't got other cells inside of you. All your cells are different. you might be exactly the same and you like doing the same thing, but you listen to music differently, different kind of music, different kind of vibrations. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's pretty simple. Yeah, you have the ingredients to go home, and you've got every single ingredient out there to let you go home. All you have to do is find that super cell, that Christ consciousness inside of you, and feed that, and feed that. And when you realize that, you always realize it's all about charity, and you realize it's all about giving and not asking for anything back. You will see that it's effortless. So like, for example, the sun, it creates everything on earth effortlessly. Every day the sun comes out, sunshine comes out. You want to be more in touch with what it feels like being home? Be more in touch with the sun. Be in touch more with the moon. Do you want to meditate? Meditate whenever you want. I wrote something on my Facebook the other day, and it was just simple fact. If you want to meditate, doesn't matter when you do, the moon is always in the sky, whether it's daytime or nighttime. The moon is always there. Depending on what phases it is, depends on what strength it is, what kind of things you do. It's a portal out of it. You cannot meditate emotionally. The moon is a portal of emotion. So when you leave this planet and go in the astral body and you hit the moon, you hit the moon, you leave your skin of emotion behind. Then you go through. Okay? Once you go through, you then go into the spiritual realm. And that spiritual realm is your meditation. Then what you do, because your eyes are closed, you then open up your solar plexus, which is your light. You take good breath work in, which is your spirit. You open that up and you see stuff from within. Within. All you're trying to do is just turn on the light inside of you. That's all you do. When people say warm up within, don't warm your hands up, warm within. Okay? Once you warm up within, it's a roaring fire. Rise of the phoenix expression. Anyway, the simple thing is I was trying to say here is that if you're going to create a system, you're going to create a system with all the ingredients to bring everyone home. It doesn't matter who they are. And everyone will choose something different in that shop. Every different generation of that. They will follow certain protocols, or they will talk when they were kids. But when you get two people come together and they've been brought up completely differently, there'll be different ways of thinking, right? When you keep coming back and you keep seeing people being ill, you won't want to be that eventually. So you'll start to change things, okay? It's all about time. It's all about time. And he's got all the time in the world. And then as the expression changes, you would change. You change. You change. The law starts changing. Everything starts to change because the expression of energy is changing. Okay? So it's pretty simple, right? If you want to go home and you want to find the godlike particle, it's inside of you. Every single person you see on this planet is a cell. But every so often you see a supercell. Someone with all the knowledge. Someone with the information. That's a supercell. He's closer to Christ consciousness. And also, don't find, not just the smart people a Christ consciousness. Quiet ones who know it all. The quiet ones. They are a supercell too, and they know. They already know. They realise there's no point getting involved with the tongue. There's no point. There's no point. They'd rather write a book and get you within, because your spirit reads, not you. Your spirit reads. You start reading, you're listening, your spirit's listening. Okay? If someone talks to you, your soul's listening. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna think, you're gonna have backups. You're not gonna like what people say. So, just remember, everything's out there for a reason. And some people jump on it, some people don't. Many people follow stuff because they're missing something. But if you're missing something, you have to ask the question, what's filling in the gap? What's filling in the gap inside your body? So say, for example, if you're not stretching, or you're not connected to your liver or your breath or anything, what's doing that for you? It's a bypass. It's always a bypass. And generally speaking, you might find there to be a parasite holding that position. For example, right? You could be a child say you're an adult, and I said, do you remember that time when you were a child, so-and-so? Now, if sugar was introduced at the time that I was asking you about, so say we got a photograph, and I go, do you remember this time? And they go, oh, I don't remember that. Maybe you're eating ice cream. Maybe you're eating ice cream. Because what happens is the distraction of being where you are right now is then turned into the sugar. And the sugar then starts to fill that memory. It's a wipeout. You can't remember it. Because you might have ate something sugary as a child. You know, like food was taken over. It took over the presence of being in there. Talking about presents when it comes to Christmas, you know, I know a lot of people are saying, you know, Christmas is a load of baloney. Listen, it's here. There's nothing you can do about it. So, look at it like this. The tree of life, is the tree of your backbone. What's the first thing you have to do when you put a tree up? You have to organize the ground, the root, okay? So it's the same as your chakra. And then you have to build it stage by stage, okay? Then you put the lights on, okay? The lights are your cells. And you'll see some shadows in the tree, which have got little bits of shadow in, yeah? These are the areas that you have to work upon. But if you get a tree which is lit up completely, this is your body, these are areas in your body. If there's shadows in your body, you haven't took your awareness to it, okay? Like I said, it's bringing awareness to everything part of your body. Once you've done that and you've decorated your tree, and decorate your tree with all your memories, because that's what the decorations are, it's memories. You put them all around the tree, and it goes all the way to the top. And once you've got it spot on, you put the star up. That, and then your presents at the bottom, because now you're in the presents. You don't put presents under the tree until it's up and ready. Presents is being there. It's the gift. It's the gift of being here. From the North Pole, all the powers of be is giving you presents of being here. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. So like people say, be in the presence. Yes, it is being in the presence, but it's the presence of being there is the present. Okay? And the tree represents your life. Work, down, up. Decorate, fill with light. Once you've got all the lights on, decoration with all the memories. Okay? Then the star. That's illumination. All the way up to the top. Okay? That's your life. From a Christmas tree from the bottom, the grounded root, as a child, as a baby. Fill it with love. Fill it with love. Let the roots grow down. Once the roots grow down, it starts to rise. From child, from baby, to toddler. Then toddler to teen. But as it's growing, don't worry. Let it spread its roots. Let it spread its branches. Because you have all these different ideas that you want to be. Then it starts to filter down and filter down. Okay, each branch is a memory. When it gets to the top, the star, illumination. That's your tree. That's you. That's your mark. You left here for others to see. In that woods. Okay, we're all trees. We're all light. We all reflect light. We are light. Okay, so I just want to give you some virtues today. It's just a quick video. Again, please join us on the 18th, 19th and 20th for the fasting, creating space in oneself, taking ownership of your space inside your body to become you, the better you, the best version of you, okay, step by step. After the 19th, you go water fast, emotion, get rid of all the emotion, get rid of autumn energy, get ready for the winter energy, okay? 6 days of fasting, okay, the best you can. Anyway, love you. Love, live, and empathize. Enjoy the music, okay? Enjoy being who you are. Remember, every ingredient is there for everyone, okay? But it's up to you which one you put your hands out. If you were ill and you put food inside of you, yeah, and you said you had food poison, you would work out which food gave you that food poison, and you'd always steer away from it. It sounds exactly the same. In your cells, there are certain ones that you want inside of you to create the awareness of heaven. Yeah? Intelligent food. Always the key. Intelligent food is the key to unlock yourself.